Just a second here, guys. I'm just getting my screen connected. So, this is going to be a smidge different from normal. First of all, as you can see, I'm not wearing the same shirt I normally do. And yes, I did this. I wore this specifically because people kept asking if I wear the same shirt all the time. The answer is definitively no. Now, the other thing that we're going to do, just a little different today, is I said it in my Discord, for everyone who actually read it. Don't know how many of you did, but we're going to be doing a collaboration roll stream to start with today. So, I've just kind of muted myself from the Discord briefly because Sukiya is doing his intro and Andrea is doing hers. I'm going to be hopping back in there momentarily, and we're going to get the collaboration going for it. I was actually surprised that there was no data download this time around, but so it is. Also, regarding the webcam, some of the comments I got back, some of the feedback was people really like this like face, head-on thing because they felt it more personalized. So I moved it from its higher angle and brought it down to where it should be. It took a little bit of fooling around to get it exactly right, but hopefully this works for everyone. Now, gonna hop on over and we'll get this rolling started on the Barbatos. So if you're here for the impressions, it's gonna be a little delayed. I'm sorry about that, but I don't want to hold up Sukiya and Andrea for too long. So anyways, just let's get that going. Oh, you guys here? We all ready? Yeah.
What?
Oh, they didn't turn on the Haro sales yet?
Wait.
No.
They had a sale.
No. So
the New Year sale is there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is Andrea just blind?
It's right there. I'm looking at it.
Okay, what I see is sold out, and I haven't bought Haro in a long time. And then a once a month for $1,600 and 5 times only.
Yeah,
for
I'm not seeing the New Year's special there.
Look on my screen.
Okay, I can't see your screen. It's too tiny.
It says 5 times.
Is that the New Year's one though? I'll check the notices real quick. Maybe
5 times
is.
for $80. That's not as good of a sell as they've done in the past.
No. Sokai always.
Oh,
Sokai has always
that's not
been
it.
this deal. What's up,
New
guys?
Year's Eve Haro chip set. Yeah, I see it now. That's not nearly as awesome of a deal as I was hoping for.
Well, it is what it is, right?
That you always want to take advantage of is when Transient was there. So the vent suits
I need to
is always the
change
ones that really get all of those deals because they're like $40. They're like
That's the one.
$40 for like what? 11? 11?
Andrea, we need your game screens.
I know. I'm buying. I don't want to put my password in while people are watching.
Facts. She's right.
Okay,
She's right.
yeah, fair point.
She's right. She's right.
Okay, that was fast. There we go.
So
I just bought some Haro. Thank you, Gold, for that donation, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, Gold. I think he gave everyone a donation. So
what? I thought I was the favorite.
Gold.
You're not the favorite child anymore, Andrea. All right.
Gold got a shout out from everybody.
Yeah. So
I don't know
how do we want to do this? Do we want to just roll on the Lupus Rex, or do we want to do the guaranteed banner and then roll on to just the Lupus Rex?
You said guaranteed. Wait, is this guaranteed?
The very top banner is always a guaranteed, but you're not guaranteed a part for the Lupus. You're guaranteed a part for either of the raid ups.
Let's do that first. So are we checking out the parts before we summon, or are we just going to summon?
No. Like I said, I was just going to do the roll blind in because I'm just going to roll all the Haro that I got saved up.
I prefer that too. Chat, be quiet. Don't say what part is good. If I think about it, I won't get it. Okay.
Damn it, chat! Shut up.
I won't get it. Please do not put it in the chat.
Okay, so we'll do the 3-step banner then on the Lupus Kimaris. Then after that, we'll switch over to just the Lupus.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Right. How's everything look, guys? Looks good. Y'all can see everybody's stuff.
It looks like this actually worked for once.
Yeah. Looks good. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Oh God.
3, 2, 1, like that.
We definitely can.
Once we get to the.
Dang it, Sukiya, and I already went.
Sukiya's so quick.
No, I was waiting until I got to the touch.
The touch. Yes, the touch.
Okay, we'll sit on the touch. We'll sit on the touch.
You always have to wait for the touch screen.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. Ready?
All right. Do the countdown, Sukiya.
1, 2, 3, go.
I said countdown, not up, but that works too. Hey!
Yes.
Oh, everyone but Andrea.
I thought it was guaranteed.
Everyone's
Yeah,
at
well,
Andre.
no, it's guaranteed.
No.
Maybe
The the third step's
Yeah,
guaranteed.
okay.
The rest aren't. Now what I need to do is
love
I need to
blue
turn
and
on.
gold. Those are
Oh,
great. Or blue and green, great colors.
What are we getting? Ah, I got some arms. I want Barbatos arms.
I think my connect
I hope
app
those
is
are good.
still.
I hope those are good. Let me just give me good or bad in chat. That's all I want to see when I get the part.
Wait, why do I not have game audio
get
coming
another?
through Connect? There we
I had
go.
to turn my, oh, I got a second one.
I got arms.
I got the
I got
it's
Kimaris.
good. The arms is good.
Closer.
I keep getting the Kimaris.
All right, what did we get? I got the Lupus head. Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Lucky.
Hey, those of you who are listening on my channel, how does the desktop volume, so Xant and Sukia, compare to Lyconius and me, just so I can adjust things?
And what I am happy about also, I have been waiting for the C material so I can get Shining's arm. Finally.
Oh yeah, that's true. The Shining's still in the exchange shop, isn't it?
Yes, yes. All right.
Oh, I don't want to look at it. I want to
Yes,
wait.
sir. We got
wait.
two.
Were they both Kimaris parts?
Yeah. arms and
Nice.
back.
Man, look at this guy. He
And
might
he's-
actually finish
And he's
both. All
powered. And he's powered. So I'm happy for that.
right, let's get back to the touchscreen. Let's get this ball rolling.
All right, let's go.
Okay, touchscreen coming up.
Touch. All right.
Are we all ready?
Sorry, I went blue.
Lyconius!
Sorry, I'm blue anyway.
Oh my god.
Oh, we going? Wait, we're going? All right, good.
He tapped it.
Go.
We going.
I'm blue. That's
Gold! You already know what time
Sukia
it is.
guaranteed a gold. Nice.
My last one.
I got a
Okay,
purple, so I could upgrade.
Don't get upset because I got lucky on this.
I wonder if he's gonna get a
When the-
dupe. I wonder if
when the-
Sukia's gonna
when
get a
the-
dupe.
When the real stuff starts, I'm not gonna get it.
You remember last time?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, last time we did this,
It was
Sukia
so-
was like,
He got shut out almost.
I think you got like 2 or 3 successful rolls, and you were.
In
I was-
tears.
Look,
you were-
there's
you were, like,
there's
throwing
a
your
good
head down.
reason I don't score
I was-
these anymore. It's for
I
him.
was sad, but in the day, off screen, I summoned again and got everything.
Purple,
Ew.
does it go gold? No, it doesn't go gold. Wait, what the
We're
hell
gonna
is
go
that?
one. All right, what we got? Ah,
Okay.
the arms.
It's
I'm
the
gonna keep
endless
getting
wall
them.
shield.
Check the back EX skill. Wait, chill.
Yeah,
don't
we
know about
we
the
ain't
back
checking no skills.
I ain't checking nothing right now, but just say good or bad when you see the part. All right.
All right.
Last one here. All right, I'm going to the touch screen. I'm not.
Yeah, we're going to no misfires this time, Lyconius.
I guarantee you'll get a gold this time.
Premature.
He never misfires.
Shit, I
All
didn't
right.
need to know for 3,000, Alex. All right, who wants to do the count?
I will. 3,
All right.
2, 1, go.
Cold, yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
gets it. What do we get?
Guaranteed.
What do we get?
Guaranteed. It's a guaranteed. Yes, sir.
We open.
Starting
What
from
the hell
level
arms
9
are
over
this?
there, Zan.
I'm getting another arms.
GPO3. Okay.
Can I get something, Barbatos?
Ooh.
Please?
There's some pink for me. What the heck is that?
The $1 million question.
And I already have it. That's okay. I forgive
It's
them.
gonna be at the end. All right, it's a gun or a weapon. What? Oh, that's the sword. The
Oh,
drill lance. Got that
Nice.
drill. I'm really good. I just
Yeah, you
pulled
just getting-
all of his parts.
you're just getting
I just pulled-
Kimaris.
I'm just getting Kimaris right now.
Oh, you got the
I got the
Lupus
Lupus
bag.
back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want that. I want it.
Don't worry, man.
Ah.
Next up is rolling just on the Lupus. Legs?
That katana?
Hey,
Sword.
I got the Lupus arms too. I got the
Wait,
head
is
and the
that
arms.
Kimaris? This katana?
Yeah, that's Kimaris' sword.
Huh.
Nice. I'm actually okay with this. I got 2 of the Lupus parts before we even hit the Lupus gacha.
Oh,
nice, you got two.
Oh, damage.
Hard
Good
body.
damage. His sword is also a lance. Oh man. Well, you guys already know who I'm pulling on. You know,
So Xant, I love your clothes.
Oh yeah, man. It's such a comfy shirt. It's also hella hot. I wore it as a joke, but now I realize the joke's on me. This is punishment.
I I'm already seeing some EX skills.
Oh, don't Sukia. Come on,
No.
man. Let's
I'm
get
not-
ready
I'm
to
not
roll.
looking, I'm not looking. I'm not
Okay,
looking.
are we doing the Lupus Rex?
I'm doing the
No,
Lupus
it's
Rex.
either
Sukia is doing
whatever
it.
You wanna, I'm doing
I'm just gonna
Barbatos.
blow my money on it. I don't care. I
Yeah.
only have 3,800 Haro left.
I'll set on the touch screen for the Lupus Rex.
I'm on touches also. Let's go.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
almost there.
I'm doing like 20k on this sucker. Let's go.
All right.
All right, 3,
3,
2,
2,
1,
1.
go.
Let it rip.
Beyblade. Hey, gold right off the bat.
Oh,
Cha-ching.
salad.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. I love
Depressing.
you anyway. Hey,
Depressing.
you got so much Haro. I only have a tiny bit of Haro, so I should get more gold.
The mileage argument, huh?
Besides, what's yours is mine is ours, right?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll just
Play her account, yeah.
Everything but the chest.
All right, so what did I get this time? I got a dupe of the head. Damn it.
Hey, we don't know. You don't know the traits on it yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might need that dupe.
Yeah, but I'm more a fan of getting the unique part. Why did I get the smooth bore? Really? It gives me a gun for a different version of the Barbatos. That's just like a kick in the balls.
I have like 20 of those. That physical shot.
So what did Andrea get as her gold?
Ooh, nice.
Oh, the mace.
Oh, that's a giant mace.
Super large
Well,
mace.
that's yeah, it's the super large mace or whatever, right?
Yeah, you're dead. You get hit by that. All right, I'm gonna get on the touch screen right here. Well, I
Right.
told y'all. I already told y'all. The first. I told y'all, bro. I told you.
All right.
Tonius'
Okay.
turn to do the countdown.
Sukia shut down.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go!
So it looks like
Thank
we're,
you.
we're changing around. Andrea and I get blue. You guys get gold.
Oh, second part in.
Nice. What do you get? The legs.
Barbatos, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. Face. Leg. Come on.
I wanna
Uh-oh.
scrounge up
See
some
what
more
this is.
money.
Oh, Sukia got the bag.
Let's go. Let me stop. I'm happy. All right,
You should be. It looks like a really cool part overall.
bro. I'm hoping that it's like a funnel that's on the back and just.
Yeah, we had this
stab
talk. I
everybody.
don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's just a cutscene EX.
Dang it.
Okay, guys, now that I only have 800 Haro left, I'm going to do friend battles with people who put their ID in my chat, and Lyconius is going to continue doing rolling.
You're not going to go to single rolls until you run out?
best part?
Out of desperation.
I always get the backs though. 50,
That would be so
50%
sad.
melee damage increase.
All right, Sukia, you ready for the next one?
Yeah. All right.
All right. 3,
3.
2, 1, go. Ah,
Come on,
you
come on,
son
come
of
on.
a...
Blue.
All three of us got blue.
Forget it.
True equality. True equality.
Salad, bro. It's already blessed me, guys. You already know. We're good. Let's pass it to someone else. All right.
All right, Suki, you're up. Countdown, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Gold. Okay.
I got blood. I don't want blood.
Hey, I got the weapon. Nice. I got the mace. All right.
Hey, you
We
got
go-
that early
we going
on.
clubbing.
You might definitely have something at the end.
We going steel
Should I
clubbing,
skip?
gang.
Should I skip this, guys, or y'all think I might get the upgraded part? I have yet to see one. Yeah. Ooh. I think that was Def. Yeah, that's it.
Give me a second gold. That'd be nice.
Save the luck for later. Nah,
Yeah,
man.
the blue.
We're blowing it all here. I'm gonna blow some later in the Discord.
You're just gonna keep going, Sukia?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Trust. I'm blowing every cent of it.
Does it upgrade? No, it doesn't. Stays purple. Is that the heavy arms?
Shared him.
Heavy arms. Nice. All right. Let's
Dang,
do
I
another
I
one.
thought you was gonna get something at the end too.
I got the weapons. So that's fine with me. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice, gold again.
I got
Oh, Sukia got salad. Oh.
No.
Oh.
Ah!
And so it begins. Sukia just gets destroyed by RNG.
I do want the whole thing, please.
Yeah, Flammy, so it begins. You right.
Okay, got the chest.
Suki luck goes down means everyone else's luck goes up.
It's a zero-sum game.
Well, except for my luck. Does that mean they'll
All
send
right,
out
so
like,
what did Lyconius get? Oh, you got the backpack too. Nice.
And the chest, yeah.
Oh,
on this
torso. All right. So all I'm missing are the legs and the back for the main frame. Not bad.
Let's go.
All right. Are y'all ready for another?
Kind of the juice, guys.
All right, Suki, we'll let you count down. Since it seems when you count down, you get your golds.
Nah. It don't work that way. All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
Gold! Yeah!
Gold! Yes.
Ah!
Hey, at least you got purple. There's a chance of an upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's the back. All right, I just need the legs for the main frame now.
Hey, at least we all got the back. So far.
That's
what
true.
I'm
At least we all
that's
got the
best
back.
Part. It's all about the back. I want the legs and the arms.
I got the Kimaris arms.
I want, yeah, I pulled all that one.
I didn't get a
want that
single Chimeras parts.
one. It knew I did. The fact that the game already knew I didn't want those parts is gonna knows what parts. Dang, where's the goat at? You're gonna good. Hey, head.
Not bad. The head's got a Laya Vinyana skill, I'm pretty sure, so.
Sean said puggers. Puggers,
What
baby.
legs are these? Shenlong. All right. The event for that was like a month ago, like where they got a boost, no? I don't know when they... I can't even remember. When was the Shenlong in Gacha? That was forever ago.
Long time ago. I
Some
love
Star
the
Wars shit, huh?
chest aesthetic of it, though. The chest part is so amazing.
All right, Sukia. I guess we're going to let you count up again, since it's the only way you don't get blue. You poor soul.
Now that you said it, it's going to give me blue now, so now I got to count
Yes.
backwards. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ah, blue. Oh, we all got blues. Oh, God, Sukia, never do that again. never do that again.
Terrible. Oh. All right.
Doing your pre-roll ritual over there?
Yes. You can count this time.
All right, Lyconius, you're up.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Gold!
Pink again? Oh my.
Gold!
Oh, not worth it.
Yeah.
Lyconius is gonna start throwing his phone here soon.
That's the third time.
Just don't wake the kids up, yeah?
Ugh.
Alright, so what did Sukia get? The weapon.
Despair. Despair.
Hey man, you got purple at least. There's a chance of
I know,
upgrade.
man.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa,
There's
wait.
your gold.
What is
There's
that?
your
How
gold.
did that happen?
Ah,
Ahead.
Go ahead.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
you almost got the whole thing, right? Which one you missing? The arm?
Oh,
Yeah.
backpack dupe. I need the legs, damn it.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That backpack dupe is probably
What?
a good idea.
Oh, he got a second upgrade?
Wow.
What?
Nice.
Wow. Look at this guy.
Yo.
Look at this
And
guy.
another mace.
What? That's
I was
amazing.
so confused because it looks like the
Yo,
Barbatos
hey,
Lupus
look at that.
Rex head, but it's just the Barbatos head.
That is awesome. Yo.
Nice. I can't complain about that.
Oh, it has a EX.
Heckin', man, that roll though.
A piercing is 3 seconds and B power. Holy moly.
Hey man, don't spoil this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to look at it. It's a melee weapon.
You didn't have to look at it.
It's a melee weapon. He actually couldn't help himself.
All right.
All right, I guess I'll do it this time. 3, 2, 1, go. Cold. Yes.
Gold this.
Blood.
Hey, Sukia, you got purple at least. Upgrade.
Hey, it worked out for me.
This is okay. Considering
I have yet to see a upgrade.
considering people have been dropping the 17% meme on this banner, yeah, pretty, knock on wood, pretty good rates.
I have never seen that upgrade in my part yet. I think it's when they announced it. That was when I got that one. Uh-oh. I got too many of those. Jeez.
All right, there's my goal. There was a frame part, a third backpack. Please, can I get a pair of legs?
Don't you already have a pair of legs?
I have my legs, but I don't have the guy.
They're not good enough. I need them.
I need more legs. All right.
I think that's my last pull.
Oh, is this your last pull?
It looks like it.
Oh, do your countdown then, Sukia. Maybe you'll get a gold.
1, 2, 3, go. Salad.
Yep.
Blue. Sukia's the only one that didn't get blue, but he didn't get gold either.
Yeah, let's just skip that because you know it doesn't change. There we go. See.
Well, I got two more.
That's so cute.
All right, so it's just you and me now, Lyconius. A vicious stare down into the abyss.
I just want arms.
All right. Well, 3, 2, 1, go.
Not
Blue.
today.
Not today. All right. Let's go for
Last
another.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, vicious.
Dang, you still got, bro. You have a lot.
All right, Lyconius, who wants to do the countdown here? You or me?
I'll do it.
All right.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Big finish, come on. No!
God damn it! I shouldn't have opened my mouth talking about the raids. I
man.
screwed us over. I'm so sorry.
Alright. That's alright. Well, everything but the arms. Man, that's harsh.
That
Yeah.
is way harsh. That was a lot of Haro too.
I really want the legs.
23
God, I want those legs.
23,000 Haro. Oh well.
You know what?
Easy come, easy.
I'm gonna do it anyways. Let's go.
Keep going.
Gold. There they are. Done. I love the I love the skip. I do it in Fate Grand Order, and it seems to work almost every time, and it worked in this too. All right, we're don't have to roll a single Haro more.
Yes, we could keep going. Go to the other one.
The Kimaris? No.
And just got all the parts, bro.
I ain't about that life. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap up the collab stream because I got my impression stuff I got to do, guys. So it was good, good doing all this.
It was
Sounds
good,
good.
Rose. That was fun. That was a good, fun 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Talk to you all later.
Yeah, see you guys later.
Okay,
Bye.
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 Okay, so that's all over with. Let's go right into the impressions. We'll do what we normally do. We'll look at the event suits, then we'll look at the gacha content and the pilots, and then alterations and whatnot. So, yeah, let's get going, shall we? Yeah, thanks guys. I was actually really afraid I wouldn't finish the entire suit, even with the amount of horror that was thrown at it. So, it was nice to actually get it all done. And actually, just before we do that real quick, I do want to free up some inventory space here real fast. It should be fine to do another 100, I think. Maybe? Let's find out. No, I'll sell way more than I want to, so I'll deal with the rest of that later. Okay, well, let's take a look at the event content, shall we? I kind of do have pretty good luck. I would agree with you there, Lawrence. I don't know if I have the best luck among them, but I do have pretty decent luck, it looks like. So, it looks like it's going to be the purple coin, which makes sense, I guess. Operation Lilac. Are lilacs purple? I could have sworn they were white, primarily, with like purple flourish. But Anyways, let's get going. I can't center my camera properly anymore because it has such a wide viewing angle. If I put it back where my other camera sat, like over around here-ish, like I guess I could actually. But then I just, okay, you know what? We'll do that. Let me just change my camera cropping just a smidge. Do that. And then we do that. Okay, and I just gotta straighten my ass out so that I'm actually looking kind of straight at the camera. Okay. I guess we can do that then. Alright. Anyways, game content. Enough delaying. So, the Bertigo. When attacking with beam, shooting power boosted by 25%. So, honestly, as a shooter, I find that to be a unbelievably nice trait to find on a welfare. Not only is it something you're going to instantly be able to max out, but there are so many powerful beam EX skills available, and this also counts for your actual neutral attacks too, because you have physical guns and beam guns. So honestly, this is just a solid trait for a welfare. Something to obviously note is that you'll find a higher percentage multiplier on 4-star parts and higher, but it's a lot more difficult to completely cap them out in comparison to a welfare part, because you can just trade in for all of these. So honestly, this is an amazing head for shot machines to pick up. Mid-range and long range. Long range is considered the best secondary, or I guess tertiary tag now for shooters. You have Ace Exclusive and Commander, which both give a 10% shot boost. Long range gives a 5%, but it also increases your shot defense, which then feeds into your shot attack with the change gear. So, long range, powerful tag, and not the most common on decent parts. Stat distribution wise though, you're looking at more or less a standard welfare head. If anything, it might be a little on the lower end of the spectrum for shot attack. But honestly, I think the part trait and the fact that it has long range, this is an amazing piece altogether as a welfare. Torso. Come on. There we go. Long shooter job, EX skill piercing boosted. Personally, I don't find EX skill piercing to be a terribly effective use of a slot. I still think getting EX skill power boost or shooting damage or melee damage or something like that to be more tangible returns than skill piercing. But of course, it is each to their own. Mid-range, long range, again, long range tag fantastic. Mid-range is kind of in the category. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's a little more accessible, I think, as a tag overall. Long range, not so much. As for stats, again, just like the head, it is nothing amazing or jaw-dropping for a welfare, but it's not bad. It definitely sits in that healthy range, at least just looking at the numbers. Remember, this is an impression. It's not really much of a review or tier list or anything. I'm just kind of giving vague numbers, because you have to remember, I don't have access to any of the like part tables or anything while I'm doing this, so I don't exactly have the ability to reference their exact comparison to numbers. I'm more or less working off of my memory, and my memory is bad for anyone that actually knows me. So, but overall, it looks decent, right? The head, I think the head is just going to be the best part here, frankly. It's going to be pretty hard to outshine that. The bits, A plus D. Yeah, okay, so it's your typical funnel. And my major complaint with funnels, for anyone that hasn't heard it yet, is personally, they just don't attack often enough to make them worthwhile. Obviously, they don't do enough damage, but if you made them A power, they'd be a little too powerful. So the only real solution would be to make them more offensive, make them shoot more often. But as it stands right now, funnels are only useful if you have a large amount of them so that you can output the damage you need in the time frame given for the EX skill. So I don't like funnels very much. I wish they were better though, because in canon, they are a terrifying weapon whenever you see a suit with them. But in this game, it's like a pool noodle, you know? Well, the only reason the Moon Gundam is a good funnel is because it is a physical funnel with A power. It actually hits really hard. Now, it definitely has at least B power, B+. End of the day, the Moon Gundam funnel is an exception just due to the way the stat spread works, and yeah, it's just none of the ranged funnels really meet up to expectations. And the Moon Backpack's really offensive too. It loves flying in there to smack them around. Now, The arms. Melee attack is extremely low, which is to be expected because not only is it a welfare, but it is a more shot-oriented suit. The shot attack, on the other hand, it's not terrible. It's not great, it's not terrible. It's definitely less than some of the 4-star parts that we have in the pick ticket pool, but it is also better than some of its comparators in the welfare pool. So, not bad stat-wise. Tag-wise, mid-range for urban area. It is disposed of long range, which I think was a big boon for it. So you have kind of a suboptimal EX skill, putting it nicely. Stats that are, you know, relatively okay for a set of welfare arms, you know, for shot, it's not bad. Everything else is kind of eh. Tags, not really the biggest fan of, so it's okay. While mid-range, mid-shot attack raised. And like I say every time I see something like this, to my knowledge, this only affects your neutral attack, not your EX skills or anything like that. So, not that useful. And even then, 14% is not really the biggest boost. Stat distribution-wise, it's a pair of legs. Yeah, I will say the suit's proportions look very, very weird because of the arms. It looks really weird. Tags, mid-range for urban area again. I don't like this part very much. Not very much at all. All right, the beam sabers. With technique, enemy power reduced by 25. So this is going to be one of those really neat things that you can slot into a support suit as melee weapons that you can easily max out that give a, you know, support-like buff like this. Not terribly common. So yeah, pick a pair of these up, max them out, slap them on an arena support suit or something. 25% reduced enemy melee power right then and there. It's going to be pretty easy to find 3 other parts that also give 25% down because the welfare pool has been very generous over the last few months now with this kind of stuff. So should be pretty easy to get enough traits. Mid-range for urban area. Again, I don't really like the tags, and stat-wise, yeah, no, they're a joke, stat-wise. So you'd really just pick those up for the trait. There's a ton of new 3-stars and under. Of course there is. Okay. While mid-range, shock guidance boosted. Shock guidance is when you fire your shot, how likely it is for the beam to automatically continue homing in on what you shot it at. Not really that useful. Really, it might be useful on physical bazookas, but beyond that, set distribution wise, yeah, wow, no thank you. Long shooter, mid-range, long range. At least he has the long range tag. That's literally the only benefit I can see to this pilot. I noticed my camera is just a little wonky here, so let me trim it again. The joys of using a new camera. Okay, that should be good. Okay. So, overall, the Bertigo. The head, I wholeheartedly endorse getting a gold version of and fully capping that if possible. Get it to, you know, your trait 10 and all that stuff. Whether or not you should 6-star it, I don't really think so because the stats really aren't going to warrant it. But it'd be very powerful as a sub-slot just due to the trait. Beyond that, none of the other Bertigo parts really shout out to me. The beam swords may be a nice pickup for a support suit, but everything else, no. Everything else is MasterCard. So, as for the shop, what do we got here? We got those. No, I don't want to buy anything. Not that I could anyways. We have Power, Mass Production, Federation, Commander, Transformer, and 4 Desert. Okay. Cool. Interesting spread. I don't think it's going to be that useful though for the Barbatos, but I guess we'll worry about that when we get there, right? And yeah, nothing new in there. Okay, cool. Overall, like, it seems pretty solid as a shop. It's got some nice, not really high demand, but less common tags there, so let's go look at the gacha stuff now, shall we? Take a break and grab a drink. I will once we get there, but until then I'm just gonna, you know, truck on through. But once we get to the alterations, I am gonna take a quick breather, go grab a drink, and buckle up for another like hour and a half of talking about alterated parts. I'm gonna regret the decision of, doing that entire segment of these videos. I'm gonna regret it one day. Alright, we'll start with the Kimaris Vidar. The Alaya Vinyana system. Type E. Who could have foreseen this? Raise your melee attack, raise your vernier capacity, raise your speed. I think that is the first time we've actually seen a raise vernier capacity. So that's neat, something new, different. I'm a fan. The melee attack boost is relatively substantial, 39% at max. Speed boost is a nice little cherry on top. High firepower and heavy armor. High firepower has kind of fallen out as it doesn't give you the defensive boost that other tags have, but it is still a very powerful tag as it does give you your melee attack and shot attack a 5% boost, meaning it is applicable under more or less any situation. As I explained before, and I'll do it again, at the end of the day, when you look at the 5% boost to, let's say, your shot defense, or melee defense, right? You're only going to be getting 30% of that with a change gear applied. So 30% of 5%. That worked out to like 1.7, 1.6, something like that. So at the end of the day, you're only looking at approximately a 1.6 to 1.7 overall boost in your primary offensive stat for a ton of min-max work you'll have to put in. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're thinking about building your suit and what tags you want to go for. Is it really worth trying to work in a not as common tag for that very, very minimal boost? Each to their own. Heavy armor is also quite the interesting tag as it does raise your shot attack and shot defense, so that does also work very well as a alternative to long range, but it is also extremely rare to find that in actual shot parts, so to say. Stat-wise, what are we looking at here? Slightly lower than average shot attack than what we've seen from other limited 4-star or 5-star heads, I guess now. Melee attack is relatively high. We're sitting at about 1600 melee attack overall. So it has a healthy amount of shot attack, nothing jaw-dropping. Has a healthy amount of melee attack, again, nothing jaw-dropping. It has a relatively interesting EX skill that brings vernier capacity boost, which is new. And it has some interesting word tags to it. It's a cool piece of part right there. The first part that had it was mostly forgettable. I actually don't even remember the P-use device. What was the P-use device? That was from Thunderbolt. That was the high mobility Zaku, wasn't it? Psycho. Yeah, not high mobility. Psycho Zaku, yeah. With Lance category equipped, melee power boosted. Something to note, high damage lances are not the most common thing in the world. So it may be difficult to take full advantage of this. If you do have a high-powered lance, this may be viable. Outside of that, though, I would actually rate this kind of lower than its compatriots that want Blade or a Tribute or something like that, because strong lances aren't the most common thing. But like I said, if you do have a powerful lance, nice. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to really use this. High firepower, heavy armor again. Decent tags. Stat distribution wise, you're looking at about 2000 melee attack and you're looking at about 1700 shot. Not bad for a torso, definitely not the best we've seen in the limited pools, but it is still a healthy number to play with. Not bad. I just don't like the trait that much. Use Lance as a skin. You could arguably do that, but that relies on somebody actually, one, braving the custom skin feature, which from what I've seen, people are very hesitant to do so. I'm actually heavily contemplating making a video talking about the custom skin feature because people seem to be very unsure of exactly how it all works. So yeah, anyways, let's continue and look at the arms. When attacking with physical, melee power boosted. It is very easy to attack with physical, and it's a very common attribute to have on EX skills. So very, very easy to make use of this, and you get a melee power boost. That's solid. Stat distribution wise, okay, yeah, nope. So it definitely has a very healthy melee spread, and you're looking at about, what, that's 4,900 or so melee attack overall, which is solid. Shot attack wise, a lot lower, that's about 1,500 or so. High firepower, heavy armor again. High firepower does feed into melee builds, heavy armor not so much. But this is still a nice trait to pick up if you get it. There are alternatives available though that are much easier to get to EX10 that give the same boost. So, yeah. Legs, the drill knee, BB+. Okay, 3 seconds. So this looks like it's going to be one of those EX skills that locks you into an animation cycle, meaning it's not a cutscene and it's obviously not going to be a ranged attack as it is physical melee. And I have a problem with these personally, as if you whiff, or it doesn't cause the enemy to stagger or anything, you've left yourself open to a severe counterattack, which could be anything from just a smack to an EX skill. And you really don't want that to happen. So use at your own risk, I don't really endorse these. Impale your knee with a spinning pile bunker, and you lower the enemy's shot attack. Okay, it has the power, which is nice, but I've never really been a fan of these animation lock skills. High firepower, close combat. Again, high firepower is nice for melee builds. Close combat, nice. Solid. It may again have slightly fallen out. Actually, no, this has melee attack and melee defense 5%. So this is actually pretty dang solid. Because it's what? Mobile fighter and pro tag that do the 10% melee boost now. So close combat would be the third tag, so to speak. Stat distribution wise, we're looking at approximately, what, 2,000 melee attack and about 1,000 shot attack. Solid. Really no complaints on the stats there. They could be a little higher, I guess, but, you know, yeah, it'll work, you know? You're not going to have the toppest of top tier stats, but they look really cool. Okay, moving on. Backpack. The Drill Lance. Execute a charge attack with your Drill Lance, blah 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 blah. Raise melee and shot attack at your squad. It is a cutscene EX skill with a power. There is nothing to complain about here. It looks like a very powerful skill. Plus, it does boost melee and shot attack, meaning this has a variety of uses. Now, of course, because it is split between the two primary stats, it's not going to be as specialized. So, yeah, the numbers are going to be a little lower. As you can see, 29% instead of the typical 39%, up to 49% we've seen before. But it does still have a place. You can use it in 3v3 arena to boost all of your suits. You could use it in multi-missions to boost everybody on the field. You name it. So there is still a place for this. It just depends on how much you care about that potential 10 to 20% extra boost. So. High firepower, close combat. 2 great tags, applicable for shot, one of them anyways. Both of them are applicable for melee, one more so than the other. Stat distribution wise, you're looking at 2,100 or so melee attack and about 1,100 shot attack. Solid for a backpack. Very nice. The Sword, while high firepower, EX skill power boosted. Extremely easy to activate high firepower, it is on a myriad of parts, and it is technically applicable to both shot and melee, this part. You may want to have a melee weapon that gives you a little shot attack, but that's only going to be less than 1,000 points, negligible at the end of the day. So this is a viable part for either. You know, as long as you have high firepower active on your shot machine and you didn't do like a huge overhaul for long range or whatnot. High firepower, close combat, stat distribution wise, you're looking at not terrible stats, but not in that upper echelon of stats either. It's to note, it doesn't break 10k after being fully modded, and a part that breaks 10k when fully modded tends to typically be in that higher 4,100 base range. So yeah, it's a little below that. So I'd say this is probably going to be at 38, 3,900 at level 80 or so, which is just below that ceiling cap. So interesting. The EX skill is really nice though. Or trait, I should say. With power attribute, job cage increase boosted. That is a terrible trait. Stat distribution wise, there you go. See, breaks 10k. If only you had the trait from the other weapon. what can you do? High firepower, heavy armor. So this is definitely going to be keyed more towards a shot machine than a melee machine, at least for the word tags. The trait, not really that great in my opinion. Stats, really nothing to complain about. It does bring a high-powered lance into the fray, which feeds into its chest trait. Yeah, looks neat. Come on, oh, hitting the wrong spot of the screen. Okay. So overall, the Gundam Kimaris is actually not that bad of a suit. It doesn't do anything terribly new, brings some interesting traits and EX skills to the table, but in no way innovates anything at all. The backpack does do a lot of splitting, and as it is the only EX skill that it has, I find it kind of like that it boosts both melee and shot attack and not just kind of focuses on one, but the suit overall does kind of seem to cater to a little bit of both here and there. The sword has a really cool trait on it. Yeah, there's really nothing else on that, honestly. The torso is limited because you need a lance weapon, which are not the most common in the game. So yeah, it's an interesting suit. Raw stat wise, is the suit worth it? It's a limited suit. It does have a very high stat ceiling. It doesn't have the highest stat ceiling in the game, but you know, it's minimal, or negligible, I should say. It's really going to be the difference between a suit that it's like 50k versus 51.5k. If you're going to sit there and really sweat over that extra 1.5 thousand, you're probably going to want to wait for the better of the two. If you're not really going to care about such a small difference, doesn't really matter. At that point, we really go for the aesthetics, right? Yeah, honestly, I was really expecting there to be like a dance slave like skill, a railgun EX, where it like pointed its shoulder and just fired off a railgun shot, but it didn't. And you know, it does fire a KEP round, which is neat from the backpack, but I was really expecting like a true like railgun. But I guess when we look at the Twitter videos, we'll see exactly what they've done with it. So we'll wait until there to really hammer down on the EX skills. But first opinions, the drill knee is meh. The backpack is your standard cutscene EX. So anyways, Lupus Rex. Let's look at your stats. Alive-Vanyana Limit Breaker. Melee attack 39%, you resist flinching, speed up. This is your bog standard melee booster Awakening. You get your speed boost, you get your melee boost, and you resist flinching. All three of these are very useful for a melee machine like the Lupus Rex, which just wants to run up into your face and turn you into a pile of mush as quick as you can. Thematically, we're on point here so far. Pro tag and high mobility. Pro tag, obviously, an amazing word tag. High mobility, not so much for melee suits, but it is thematically on point for this suit, as it was an extremely mobile close combat fighter. It does boost your melee attack by 5%, but not your melee defense, so you are losing out just a smidge. Again, 1.6, 1.7% overall, which, negligible. Stat-wise, what are we looking at here? So 12 for 1900 melee attack, which is again great, not the best, but actually it might be. Again, I don't have all the parts on hand here. I can't remember if we've had heads in the past that break 2k. I vaguely remember that with one of the SD Gundams having stupidly high stats, but I think it capped out at 1800. I'd have to go and double check, which I don't really have the time to do considering we also have alterations to look at. So maybe if somebody wants to take a look for me and see what the recent SD Gundams had capped out at, because I was pretty sure that was like the stats ceiling there, like 1800-ish or 2k-ish, but yeah. Oh wait, no, we had the Shining Gundam build project, right, that thing had the dumbest stats, that's true. Anyways, overall, the stats are looking pretty solid for melee. Overall, it does break, well, it doesn't break, it just almost breaks 2k before you put on any marks, which is nice. Shot-wise, obviously we're not expecting much in that department as it is a melee suit first and foremost. So we have a nice EX skill, we got a good word tag, potentially 2 if you don't care about absolute min-maxing, and we have a very healthy amount of stats. Okay. Torso. Cool time, oh wow, cooldown time out 10%, melee, okay, so we have a ton of cooldown reduction this seems to be one of the few parts that does a cooldown boost. So it really depends on how much cooldown reduction you have, but for example, the full Destiny Gundam's Palma Fiocino, or whatever it is, the ARM EX skill, when I enter a fight, it has a cooldown of approximately 2 seconds left on it. If I were to increase that by 10%, I'd be waiting 2.2 seconds. Whoop-de-doo. On certain other EX skills though, to have very long wait times, up to 30 seconds, you'd have an extra 3 seconds of wait time. Whether that's make or break is truly up to you, but you get a very healthy melee power boost as an exchange for it. So, food for thought. Protag, high mobility, show their ugly face again. Well, Protag's great, high mobility again, nice secondary tag. Stat distribution wise for a torso, that is ridiculous melee attack. What the heck? Okay. Alright, no melee defense though. I guess that makes sense thematically. Defense never really was an option. Shot defense, 20, so that's going to be what, 6? Yeah, about 6. So 1500 shot attack, 1800 melee. Not a bad torso, all things considered. It has a very interesting trait, interesting stat distribution. Yeah, it's got some numbers, got some tags. Really just comes down to whether or not the trait works for you or not. Screw Fang, A, B, or A minus, B minus. Slice with your claws and unleash a kick. Raise your melee attack by 19%. Well, as this is not a cutscene EX skill, you're going to be able to fire this off extremely quickly, which means you'll be able to get very quick access to a relatively powerful steroid. It's going to be what, like 10% at level 1 or something like that? Yeah. So literally in the first few seconds of the match, you just get a 10% melee boost built into your suit if you use this EX skill. And as it has B minus power, it's not going to be terribly weak. The only issue that I have is, as it is not a cutscene EX skill, on paper, it could be like the Amatsu Mina that has like a pseudo cutscene or whatever. I'll have to look at the Twitter videos. You'll have to decide whether or not it's worth using. Personally, I'm more of a fan of the cutscenes or ranged, things that actually guarantee that you're not going to just get beat up on by using it, you know? Protag, close combat show up. Protag, well, we all know Protag, we all know close combat. Stat distribution wise, full buff, that's not too bad. You're looking at about 5-4, yeah, so just under 5,000 melee attack, and yeah, like 800, 900 or so shot attack. Nice arms. He's been working out. Okay. Interesting. Legs. Shot damage raised by 20%, EX skill power boost. Now this is a much more feasible trade-off. Now, most of you will already know this, some may not. The top line is going to be a demerit, meaning you are taking 20% extra shot damage. You don't get a 20% shot damage boost as well as EX skill power, no. You take 20% more shot damage, but you get 30% more EX skill power. At max, of course. Protag, high mobility. Nice tags. Stat distribution wise, it's a little weaker than its counterparts here. You're looking at about 1700 melee attack. You're looking at about 1400 or so shot attack. So not bad. Not the best we've seen on a pair of legs before. The trait though is very nice. It does have nice tags. I'd arguably say this is still a solid set of legs to be using. What's the point of checking the things at level 1? It's still going to be a solid boost. The demerit won't change, but the boost will. So. No. It doesn't have interesting level 1 values. The level 1 values have always been like this when it comes to a demerit. The demerit values are always the same. The only thing you get by leveling up the trait is increasing the boon to you. The demerits always remain static. 17% versus 20? That is true, actually. Now that you pointed out, typically an EX skill that has a 30% cap does start at 17%, and it gets approximately, what, like a 1.8 or so gain per level? So seeing one that starts at 20%, it's only 3% though. It's not really a make or break, but it's a nice, healthy, rounded number when you have just an EX trait 1. Trait 1, not EX trait. Okay, now for the backpack. Tailblade, DA. Yeah, raise your speed of your squad and raise melee attack. And there's the big 49% booster I was talking about. That's the number you should expect when something focuses on a certain stat. No complaints there. It's your bog standard melee cutscene EX. Does high damage, gives you a thick boost. Protag, close combat. Nice. Stat distribution wise, you're looking at 6, 5, 23-ish hundred melee attack. 1300. That's ridiculous melee attack on a backpack. No complaints. So you got a very powerful EX skill, a very high stat ceiling on the melee attack, and very nice tags to play with. And the super large mace. Mace Rush. And I remember back when this game launched and we had the mace as like one of the top tier weapons, because it was one of the few things that had a powerful EX skill on it. A plus B. So you beat the crap out of them and you get a 24% melee boost. Personally, I'm not really the biggest fan of this bonus. I find it's much more viable to get some kind of either a heal or an offensive stat boost than I do a defensive boost. But each to their own, right? Everyone values things differently. B plus power, A plus pierce. It's going to hit really hard. It has a high pierce value. Again, I personally don't think pierce really is worth that much, but we'll see what it looks like after alteration. Maybe it brings it up to like a B plus A minus power. We'll see. But yeah, it's a B plus power. Looks like it locks you into an animation. Oh, stats, right? Doesn't break 10k, protag close combat. Okay, so it's not going to be the strongest sword in existence. We do have stronger out on the board. Word tag wise though, solid. And the EX skill is, I don't like it, but someone else might, kind of thing, you know? Okay. Glass cannon melee suit. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So, we're going to look at the pilots. Once we're done looking at the pilots, I'm going to pop on over to the Twitter, and we're just going to check out the EX skills of these two new suits and check what they're all about. Okay. So, we'll start off with Mr. Herbert von Kuspen. With Technique Attribute, recover 10 armor gradually. Do you think you're funny? Useless. Stats, he's a defender. He has a little bit of melee attack to his name, some armor, Xeon 4 base. No. Like, you could, I guess, make the argument that Xeon tag is like the top tier sub melee tag to have, because you get the 10% melee boost from protag, the 10% boost from mobile fighter, or whatever the other 10% tag is for melee, and then you get a 5% melee attack boost and a 10% melee defense boost. But again, fall back to what I said about the overall number, you're only going to get anywhere between a 3.2 to a 3.4% total gain from this, 30% of 10%. If that's worth it to you, awesome. You're not really going to gain much from this, so. Anyways. Yeah, no. Literally the only decent thing about him is a Xeon tag potentially being useful for some melee builds. Like, that's it. Preventer Wind. What are we looking at here, sir? Long range. When attacking with beam, all power boost. Very easy to be attacking with beam, so that's going to be relatively easy to activate. Ace exclusive, high mobility. We all like Ace exclusive. High mobility doesn't really feed so much into shot machines, unfortunately. As for stats, he has decent shot attack. Actually, I think that pushes him up to the same level as Anaros, doesn't it? 2, 3, 4, 6. Let me check real quick. Pilots. Let's see. Fully maxed. So he's going to be just a smidge stronger than Anaros. So he's now our best ticketable pilot for shot. Okay. I'm not really that surprised. There's just so many variations of Zex in this game. There seems to be a real, bias. Anyways, so with that all done, let us brave into the Twitter video abyss, shall we? Let me just plug in my phone here first really quick so it doesn't melt while we're doing this. All right, desktop. Gotta move that so that we don't have 1,001 things going on here. Oh yeah, right, I changed my webcam around. So, move that. Look at that, we're doing all this on the fly as we go. I'm so prepared. Excellent. We'll just shrink that a little bit because you guys are here just more see the not me. Okie doke. So, we'll start with the Kimaris. Oh god, I forgot I had the desktop audio on. So, leg EX skill, what are we working with here? Was that it? That was like over so quickly. It was over super quick. Okay. Are you telling me the Awakening doesn't even have like any special effects to it? It's literally just like he gets the boost? What's the point of that? That feels like such a colossal waste, you know? Okay. Backpack. Okay, so it does actually do the railgun shot, but I don't know. It looked interesting. I was expecting more from it. I guess I don't really like. It makes sense. It fires off like a railgun. Doesn't have like the big flashy animation that you'd get from a laser. It does kind of a show with its drill weapons. So okay. But yeah, that Awakening was lame, and the drill knee was just. I don't even know what to make of that, frankly. Okay. Let's look at the Lupus. Arms. Oh yeah, no, you're asking to get punished with that. Awakening. So you get a very small... Oh. I like that one. So, overall, the Awakening on the Barbatos Lupus Rex head, meh. The EX skill, though, if you notice at the very end there, its eyes were actually doing the lightning effect. So it seems when you do the back cutscene, the boost buff is the lightning eyes. It doesn't seem like that comes from the Awakening. So, yeah, that's cool. The backpack is a lot. Gives you huge damage, great buffs, and you get that cool as heck lightning effect from the eyes. The Awakening does it too. See, that's the thing, is when I was looking at the Awakening, it didn't seem to have like those big lightning branches coming out of the head, right? So on. It did the head second. Oh, you know what? There they are. You just can't see it because the bit rate's really bad, but yeah, it is there. And I guess you can also see it here. Okay, okay. So that adds some value to the head then. Because honestly, like half of the fun of the Lupus Rex is that effect when it's doing stuff, right? Like you guys agree with me, yeah? Anyways. That's a nice end shot to have for a suit. That right there should make you want to roll it. Anyways, so overall, the EX skills are pretty interesting. But obviously, now that we've seen them, the drill knee, pretty much useless, right? The Barbatos arms, pretty much useless. The Barbatos weapon, like, it's not really anything amazing. It's not even a cutscene either. It's a lot like the sword from the Destiny, where you just kind of do a preset animation. So, yeah, really only the cutscene EX skills have any value, in my opinion, here. And the Awakenings are obviously nice boosters. But I'm really sad about the Kimaris, because its Awakening, from what I see, just didn't do anything. It literally just, like, there's no effects or anything with it, which is so weird. Yeah, you got the drill leg, and then it does the Awakening, but, like, there's no effects. There's nothing. This feels so lackluster. Will the buff stack? So the buff from the arms is actually different than the buff that the head gives you. I believe it falls under the same type of buff that the backpack gives you, though, with the EX skill, because they're both the same. So there's 3 different types of buffs, to my understanding, in this game. You have the skill hack set, which is your archer stance and things like that, right? And you have the alpha, beta, gamma. Then you have your Awakenings, and then you have your cutscene EX boosts, and they all fall under, like, different categories. And I can't remember whether it's alpha, beta, or gamma that the backpack cutscenes fall under, or the cutscene EX skills that give buffs fall under. And you'd have to figure out which one the arms fall under as well. So, but you can have an alpha, beta, gamma, and an Awakening buff all at the same time, and they don't overwrite each other. But alphas will overwrite alphas, betas will overwrite betas, and gammas will overwrite gammas. So the head and the backpack. No, the head is an Awakening. The backpack is an EX buff. So they are 2 separate types of buffs. They stack onto each other. They don't overwrite. So, anyways, back to the game. Oh. Okie doke. Oh, my screen disconnected, of course. You couldn't just stay connected the whole time, could you? That would be much too convenient. It's fine, though. Okay. So, turn back on the game music. Let us go look at the event blueprints. And then all we have left to tackle is alteration. And like I said, I'm going to go get myself a drink before we do that, because there's going to be a lot of work. Do I think the Strike Freedom's going to come back? Yeah, honestly, I do. I don't know if it's going to be a alteration, just a revival, but it is New Year's, and it is really, like, we just had a whole bunch of revivals, so I can see them doing it again after New Year's. And it would definitely promote people wanting to buy that Haro chipset that they put up, so... Anyways, event blueprints. So what do we got? We got 6th form Barbatos. Okay, this one was interesting. So the head had an interesting one. Yeah. It had Ace exclusive on it, which was so weird, because the other Barbatos suits didn't have it. Yeah, flat. What was this one again? Piercing. Was the backpack a cutscene? Yeah, it was. So the backpack was one of the decent ones that had, like, a nice damaging cutscene with a decent melee boost attached onto it. So this may be something to put into consideration to obtain, but up to you. The wrench mace itself, I know a lot of people spoke really highly of. C-D, it did damage, but this has now been outclassed by a whole bunch of other weapons, so. Sengoku Astray. What was the Particle Fajin's the back, yes? A plus C. Yeah, once that gets an alteration, that's going to be pretty spooky. Arms. Yeah, I don't really have, yeah. I don't have a memory of a lot of these suits. Like, I remember them, but as the actual specs and stuff. Which means they weren't really good enough for me to really remember, you know? Oh wait, was that a cooldown reduction I saw on the torso? Yeah, cool. Infighter EX skill CD reduced. Very easy to meet that requirement, and you get a cooldown reduction. Practically free real estate. And strong A, yeah, no, that only works for a single type of attack. And then we have the Mars 4. Mars 4 was very interesting because of its weapons. Heat Rev Sword. Stat-wise and trait-wise, they're, if I remember correctly, identical stat-wise to the Gerbera Straight Tiger Pierce. The difference was the traits and the word tags. Whereas this has close combat and 4 computers, Gerbera Straight Tiger Pierce had pro tag and close combat. So it had 2, the best word tags. It had the trait of reducing cooldown while you had pro tag on, which is like the core tag for suits. And it had amazing stats. So the Heat Rev Sword is kind of like a discount version of the Gerbera Straight Tiger Pierce. So, yeah. Overall, with all this, I would look at the Barbatos back, potentially. Yeah, I would say that's probably the best one here. At least that's what I would pick. Anyways, so all we have left now are alterations. I'm gonna go grab myself a drink because we're gonna be doing this for a while, guys. Gonna be doing this for a while. How much do you think the game improved this year? That's a very difficult question to answer because they've done some changes to the game that have been nice, and they've not brushed off, but it seems that they've, in my opinion, misprioritized some smaller aspects of the game that I think really need to be touched on to, benefit. But do remember, this year, Inferno missions came and went. Those were really cool when they were introduced. We had the 6-star system introduced, the alteration system introduced. We had the battle circuit. We had the crew. All sorts of things have been added this year. Overall, it was a very content-packed year. I was talking about this actually earlier with Sukiya, but when it comes to multi-missions, I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential in it. Because right now it's more or less just kind of like a DPS rush. As I was telling him, I would love to have a 2-phase fight. For example, and this is the exact example I gave him, the Destroy Gundam from Gundam Seed Destiny. If you don't know what it is, go quickly Google it. It's a large bipedal mobile armor / mobile suit from Gundam Seed Destiny, and it was very good at blowing everything up. And the reason I particularly pointed this suit out is its 2 phases make for an excellent way to actually, in my opinion, spice up multi-missions. So when you begin the fight, it has 2 phases. One where it's in its mobile suit form and one where it's in its mobile armor form. To note, for anyone that's not really in on the suit, when it's in mobile armor form, it generates an anti-beam field around it. So any ranged weapons are nullified when they get close, unless they're physical. Physical can get through, but all beam ranged weaponry are nullified. For game mechanics, all ranged would be nullified, because that's just the easiest way to do this. And when it's in its humanoid form, it has access to tons of lasers along its chest, it has its missiles in the backpack, and tons of firepower that it can just instantly dump at whatever it's in front of it, and its hands can also detach to really lay on the firepower. Now, why I brought this up as a potential way to spice up multi-mission is it can flip between these 2 phases as its HP bar decreases. So it can be phase 1 for 25% and then phase 2 for another 25%. The reason this would be cool is it forces players to bring melee and shot. Because when it's in its form without the anti-beam shield, you have to run into it with nothing but shot attacks, and the melee side dodges all of the laser beams and missiles. Then when it changes into mobile armor form, it now is completely impervious to shot machines, and they have to dodge while the melee machines go in. And this kind of feeds into having an actual split. You have to actually think about your team comp a little bit. Maybe you just want to have one person run defender, because if a defender blocks, they can actually tank things that are coming towards them and defend behind them. So you can have a full DPS, a defender, there you go. It just adds more variety to things. But as it is right now, most of them are just real quick fights, it's a quick burst, and there's no real thinking involved. It's a cool feature being able to play with other people in a PvE setting, makes up, I guess, for the lack of PvP, but I feel like there's a lot of potential that this mode has that they're not really exploiting. So, anyways, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab that drink. Okay, so we've got my drink, we've got some pretzels. Let's get into the worst part of this, shall we? So someone mentioned a ton of 3-star suits got added, and no doubt they got added to here, didn't they? God damn it. Okay. So, we'll start off with the brand new Sokai suits, and then we'll bop on over to the new 3-stars, huh? Hey, Sukiya. Okay. Alright, I got enough battery to not be plugged in. Okie doke. The boost. Wow, actually, the awakening wasn't touched at all. Because the melee attack is still a 49% boost. So let's take this as purely a stat-based alteration. Okay. Pro attack, high mobility. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm not really sure how to feel about this. Because it purely just boosts the stats, right? It doesn't actually increase the potency of the EX skill or anything, so... What's your second trait? Back parts EX skill power boost. There's a lot of very powerful back EX skills available for melee suits. Especially for this one in particular. So, yes. Overall, I like what both of these traits do. The 10% cooldown time is not really that big of a deal when you think about it. It only adds a few seconds at most. So, and that's before you factor in cooldown reductions and whatnot. So, it's really not that big of a deal. At least to me, I don't find that to be really a huge demerit. Okay. Arms. Screwfang, A plus, B plus. Unfortunately, we did see this entire animation play through. It's not that great. It does lock you into an animation, and it seems very easy to miss. So, it can't really endorse that EX skill. Legs. When attacking with physical, EX skill power boosted. So this part alone is just a gigantic EX skill steroid, as long as you're willing to use physical EX skills, and you don't mind taking a little extra shot damage. I honestly don't see much of a downside to this one. Alright. The backpack. S power, yep, 59% melee boost, which is just slightly higher than its base form. Its base form, I think, was 39%, so adds a little bit extra bit of juice to that and puts up to S. No complaints to be had here. We're looking at a very powerful part. Weapon. The Thupa Lodge Mace. And we finally break 10k after alterating. E plus, A plus. Again, just based on the way that the EX skill works out, I still don't think it's really worth it. But overall, the Barbatos Lupus Rex, the backpack, nice. The legs, nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, wait, was it the legs or was it the torso? It was both, actually, wasn't it? Yep. So, both the torso and the legs are just humongous EX skill power steroids. So, you know, investing in those will give you a lot of extra EX skill power damage. Obviously, the backpack is like a no-brainer. The head, I think, is optional. It's going to be purely a stat stick, because Elia Vignon is useful. Don't get me wrong. Its EX skill is useful. It's a good boost. But altering it doesn't increase the potency. The arms, however, you do alterate it, but the skill's completely worthless. So I would say out of all of these, I would put the weapon as like the bottom list, the arms above that, so worst is sword, next is arms, and then you kind of have the head, the torso and the legs are kind of equal, and then the backpack's like the best thing to alterate for the entire suit, you know? Okay, so let's take a look at the Kimaris. 49% melee boost, vernier capacity, speed up. So it becomes a very, very potent steroid now. Lots of melee attack on there. You get your stat boost. That's a solid upgrade. Torso. You get your melee power boost and buff EX skill up. As I've said before, I don't find boosting the effect of a buff EX terribly useful. I think you're still better off getting a, melee power boost, shooting power boost, EX skill power boost, cooldown reduction. Any one of these will add a more tangible effect to the part instead of buff EX skill up. Each to their own. I personally just don't find it very useful in comparison to counterparts. Arms. When attacking with physical, melee power boosted, and back parts EX skill power boosted. Well, very easy to be attacking with physical, like I said, and there's lots of really powerful back EX skills. No complaints here, Chief. Very nice. Legs. Drill knee, A-. Hey, you know what? At least it does go up to A-. Doesn't change the fact it's useless, but hey, anyways. Backpack. S power, right? Yes. Melee attack 39%, shot attack 29%. Instead of before where it was melee and shot by 29%, they've now differentiated it. Melee gets a smidge more of a boost. This falls in line with a lot more of the higher end cutscene EX skills giving a boost, but I think it is a little much to invest alteration parts just to meet the minimum set by other parts. It is still useful to be able to boost both, don't get me wrong. I just personally don't think investing alteration tools into a part that only gives 39% as your boost really that useful. Each to their own. And we got the sword for the Kimaris Vidar. Outfighter, so this is just an EX steroid. While high firepower and outfighter job, you get a big fat EX skill power boost. Nice. Okay, no real complaints on that for the trait boost. That's nice, actually. That's real nice. That is actually some potent stuff right there, that is. Okay. And drill lance. So it does get a second trait that's actually decent. You get a decent melee power boost when you're power attribute. But I still don't like that first trait at all. So how does the game determine where the back EX skill comes from? So oops. When you use an EX skill, whatever name shows up on your screen to be used, that's the EX skill that's being used. That's what the game uses to determine what the type of EX skill is. So if you're using a custom skin with a EX on the back, better be physical. If you have a main backpack slot and a sub-slotted part and you selected the sub-slot's EX skill, better be physical. Because when you use your EX skill, it just determines what slot it's in and whether it's beam or physical. And because it can pull the name up, this info is going to be available to it. Okay. Barbatos Awakening did get a boost. Did it? I didn't see that. Let me double check though, because as I've said before, I am known to be wrong. Oh, I can't pull it up there. Can I just select one of these? Yes, I can. Excellent. So max it out. 39% and 20%. Ah, okay, you're right. Thanks for pointing it out. So it does get a 10% boost from the Alaya Vinyana system. So, although the thing is, my initial opinions of the suit really hasn't changed. Sword, arms, then you have the head, and then the torso and the legs, and then the backpack. And the only reason I've ordered it like that, the backpack's insanely good, hands down. It's the best part of the suit. The arms, or not the arms, the torso and the legs give stupid amounts of EX skill boosting. And this can be applied to practically any suit, and as long as the criteria are met. It's a lot of boost. The head, having this awakening, is very good. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's going to be as flexible as the other two being traits, especially with custom skin really starting to shine as people figure out good uses for it. So, it is good to know it does get the 10% extra boost, but I don't think I'm going to change my order of what I think should be upgraded and alterated first. Okay, so overall, the Gundam Kimaris saw some solid upgrades, but unfortunately, as originally most of it was kind of meh to start with, Trader EX wise, really not much has changed. The backpack, like I said, it's nice that it does get a 10% extra boost to shot attack, but overall, I don't think that's really a big deal considering the amount you have to really invest to get that. So, it's just like, yeah, no, it's good. You'll get a good boost out of it. I just think in comparison to other back EX skills there are, there's better to invest in, you know? With the changes to word tags and all the new parts since you last made a premium material, no, I've said multiple times now I'm not going to be doing the premium material select, only because the entire point of it has been made completely moot. To just remind, with 6-star being now even more accessible than ever, being able to subslot, word tags don't matter anymore. EX skills really don't matter anymore. Stats, again, they don't really matter anymore. You can put a weapon on the front that has amazing stats and amazing word tags. Just subslot something that makes up for the Trader EX skill. Or maybe it has a really good EX skill. You put it in the back and use it, right? So it doesn't... The premium material select video existed during a period of time in this game where it was very difficult, I guess is the way to phrase it, to build a suit that had the right tags and skills, because we were much more limited in how we were able to build them, what we had available and accessible. But these days, there's so much choice and so many powerful options that you can kind of slap anything together you really want, and you can make it work with 6-starring parts and sub-slotting. So now, so we have what? The Dragon, the Rose, the Mark II, Titus, Jigen, Gara, Jesta, Yarland. Yeah. Well, let's get cracking, I guess. Somebody did point out that really all I'm going to be doing is looking at the traits and the EX skills, which is true. The stats, at best, what we've seen so far with the last batch of these I did, at best, they matched a 4-star part that was available in the pick ticket pool. And that was like the best. And there was only one that did that. So frankly, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at the traits and the EX skills that are boosted, because frankly, all of these are going to be sub-slotted, which means you really primarily care about the trait or EX skill, potentially word tags. So, let's get going. Dragon Gundam Head. Q-Blade. B+D, animation lock. Not really that useful. Torso. Hyper mode. 29% melee boost, 19% shot boost, 20% speed boost. I don't think it's personally worth the effort. It does have mobile fighter close combat though. Useful tags. Dragon Claw. B+D. No, it's another animation lock. No thanks. Legs. Melee crit rate boost. Nope. Close shot attack. Nope. Backpack. Enemy special shot power reduced, while mobile fighter melee power boosted. Now that's useful. Unfortunately, it's only 1 out of 2 useful traits. So, mobile fighter, high firepower, so it has decent word tags on it, has 1 good trait out of 2. Maybe something you might want to alterate until you find something better to replace it with, but it is a nice discount part, I'd say. Was that the backpack? Yes, it was. Okay. And the Fei Long flag. Helljumper. E+A. Yep, nope, not a cutscene. Mobile fighter, high firepower. So just the tags. Okay. Gundam Rose. With power attribute, long shot attack raised. Boost funnel uptime by 50%. So I actually got into a discussion about funnels, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Pretty much what it boiled down to was when I started talking about how I don't feel that funnels are offensive enough, and I don't feel like I'm really getting my EX skill slots worth when I use one, typically anyways, because the low amount of... It's 11:30. What are you doing ripping down the road without a muffler? Holy crap. Anyways, as I was saying, my issue with funnels, primarily, beam funnels, is that they are not offensive enough when they do their due. And somebody said, well, if you get a 50% uptime boost, would that make it better? And my answer to that is no. And the reason for that is, for example, right now, I use a funnel EX skill that has D power, okay? Is she coming back up the road? Holy crap. Anyways, you use a funnel skill. It has D power, and it shoots and it does its damage you do. Takes about 15 to 20 seconds, then it returns, okay? If I get a 50% uptime boost, I get an extra 10-15 seconds on there, okay? Cool, does more damage. Here's the thing, in the time it has taken that funnel to do a okay amount of damage, I could have used another EX skill that did a lot of damage. That's my primary issue with it, is it's just not as useful right now. If they did significant damage, or they were more offensive in the small time frame they had, where it was actually damage. Because as is, right, you can, like, there are parts that can just heal, right? You can't heal in the middle of a cutscene EX skill, or a skill that hits once really hard. You can easily just heal if you're getting hit by, you know, funnels, because as soon as they take a break, which is often, pop a heal and you're good. So funnels just inherently, in my opinion, aren't that great as they are right now. All right, torso. Was it torso? Yeah, okay. Melee attack boost, shot attack boost, speed boost. I don't really think those numbers are worth alterating for. Arms. Rose bits, B-, A-. And this is exactly the kind of scenario I was talking about. If it has less than 10 bits, this is practically worthless. Even though it has the B- power, it just will not shoot enough. Because to remember, pretty much it's on a timer, right? You fire off the funnels and they fly around, they do their thing. Once the timer hits 0, they all fire and the timer goes back up. And they fly around and do their thing. Timer hits 0, they fire again. So unless you have a significant number of funnels, you're just not going to do the damage you need to, even if it has, you know, S power on it. It just doesn't matter. That's why things like the Cubily, where it has like, what, 16 funnels, actually does damage. The Kshatriya has, what, like 18 or something like that. It'll do damage when it finally gets its upgrade. But if something only has like 6 or 7 funnels, it's worthless. Anyways. Yeah. Legs. Chevalier Saber, B+D. That is a animation lock. No thank you. Backpack. Buff EX skill time up, EX skill pierce boosting up. As I've said earlier in this, I don't think either of these are very useful. So. Sword. The Chevalier Saber. Job gauge increase boost and EX. The second trade's actually not bad on this, but the first trade I still don't really see job boosts or anything being very useful. Because like it's cool that they've upgraded and changed it, I still don't think it's really worth it compared to other things you can slot in there. You know? Oh, well, there we go. Beam hack. 89% beam resist. Now, if that was shot defense, this would be hilarious. Resist? Not so much. Debuff EX skill up 12%, negligible numbers, and 14% chance for guts. No thank you. Strong melee crit rate boost. Reduce cooldown by 40% when 2 shot down. Like, the second trait can be useful, but as I always say when I see this, it severely limits where it can be used. You can't use it in 1v1 arenas, can't use it in multi-missions with only one enemy. You have to be doing something that has more than 2 enemies for this to be even useful, and that does limit its viability. Legs. 8 up. Yeah, higher targeting and resist flinching, so there's no actual numbers involved, just a... yeah. It's mumbo jumbo pretty much. Backpack. Double Saber Rush, A-D. Not a cutscene, you're asking for trouble. Beam Saber, Crosswave, B+D. Not a cutscene, asking for trouble. Beam Rifle. Special Shot Crit Rate, not that useful. Shooting Power Boost, that is useful. And Long Shooter Job, very easy to activate. Overall, though, like, it could potentially be useful in a suit where you have a gun that you don't have a good trait or EX skill for, so you sub-slot this purely for the second trait. Then it'll be outclassed very quickly when you get something else that has a good EX skill on it or has better traits. It's 25%, it's not a bad multiplier by any means, but it's a single trait versus potentially 2 traits, and it's lower than the 30 to 35% cap that's available in higher tiered parts. Saber Bazooka, Dual Wave, B-A. No, that's one of those skills where it's actually pretty easy to whiff, and then you're just asking for it. Missile launcher. Oh, a B+ magazine. There we go. We get into something that's actually useful territory. Okay, so this does add an alternative to, I believe it's the Chobham Shield, where it has a beam magazine. So neat. This is actually one that I look at and go, pretty cool. And even if you only have EX1, it'll still have a magazine size of 8, which is very potent. So yeah, nice. This one's actually okay. Head. Gundam Mark II Titans. Reduce physical resist. No, same as with the other one. Or it did beam resist. Buff EX skill up, EX, nope, both of those are useless. Arms. Strong melee crit, bleh. When armor is 60% or more, you reduce enemies' melee power. Could be potentially useful on a support machine if you feel like investing this much into it. But other than that, legs. 8 down. It's a 38% heal and a non-aggro. Limited use. Oh, that's one of those like niche things, you know? Double Saber Rush? No, that is a animation lock. Pass me with that. The shield. Missile launcher. That looks extremely familiar. It's almost like its sibling had the exact same thing. That's a big think, everyone. Same deal. Looks nice. Jigen. Vulcan Pod. No. No way, Jose. EX skill piercing boost. I've already talked about that. Oh, it does have shooting power boosted when technique attribute. Relatively easy to make a technique attribute shooter, and shooting power boost is obviously solid. But again, it's only one good trait versus potentially 2, and you know, 4-star parts have higher percent multipliers, so it'll be phased out, I think, pretty quickly. Volcant. Yeah, you're right. Arms. Special shot damage output boosted by flat number. Worthless. After 10 seconds, boost job gauge. I still think that's worthless. Legs. Hand grenade. Wow. It's a physical shot. It's got B+ power. And seems to be projectile. I think there's better options for the legs, though. It's interesting. I'll give it that. It is interesting. Beam range weapon magazine boost and vernier recovery rate. Blah. Oh, is this another magazine? No, it is too. Well, see what I said for the previous Titan suit shields, okay? Gyaradoga. Shockbringer Beta. Wow. No numbers, just vague information. Buff EX skill effect up, and will mass production enemy EX skill power reduced. Now, this could be a very useful thing to put onto a supporter machine, as being able to reduce the enemy's EX skill power affects both melee and shot equally. So if you can get 4 parts that give 25% EX skill power reduction, you're chuckling all the way to the bank as the enemy hits like a wet noodle and actually does 0 damage with anything other than neutral attacks. And if you've ever tried to win an arena fight with neutral attacks, that's not very viable. Gyaradoga Torso. We were just here. Arms. Flat melee damage taken reduction. Shot guidance. Useless. Legs. Brave Axe. B-A. That is an animation lock. No thank you. Backpack. Ooh. Now see, this is one of those useful debuff skills to throw into an arena suit. Reduce melee and shot defense by 54%. This could be a very, very useful thing to bring to a Switch. Could be very useful to bring in general, because 54% is sizable. Sizable. Put that under consideration. Nope, both of those are useless. Gun. Panic Maker. A, B minus. Nope. Not really worth it when there's much better options available for guns. Sturmfaust. 7 size magazine, even alterated. B, D. No. It only has a base magazine of 4, meaning you do actually need to get a lot of copies of this to make its magazine size useful. Personally, I don't think that's really... No. There's better options available here that require a lot less investment to make decent. Fire the Vulcan in your head? Nope, that is a Vulcan. That is worthless. Torso. EX skill piercing boost, EX skill CD reduced. So that second one's actually not terrible. As long as you have over 100,000 C power, you do get a 15% EX skill cooldown reduction. Very easy to meet that criteria. However, again, it is but one trait. It is mostly outclassed by 4 stars in the same that do the same thing, and has only one trait's useful, right? Probably gonna switch it out pretty quickly when you get something better. That was the arms, yeah. Oh. So arms. Melee damage taken reduced by a flat number. Armor is 60% or more, shooting power boosted. Again, one decent trait. You'll probably end up swapping that out very quickly for something that gives 2 decent traits at higher numbers. There's our hand grenade, B plus D. Again, I think there's just so many better options available for legs. 2-tube missile launcher that, again, at completely maxed out, has a 7 size magazine. Considering, that you can get your hands on things that have 11 magazine, 7 is just so minimal these days. I guess it's comparable to the Strike Noir backpack, but as soon as the Strike Noir gets an alteration, that's going to be brutal. Alright, and the Jesta's Beam Rifle. Special shot crit rate boost, special shot power boost. No thank you. Moving right along to the Jesta Cannon. Close shot attack raised, projectile speed boosted. Nope, not feeling that. Torso. Enemy strong melee power reduced, EX skill damage output boosted by a flat number. So the enemy strong melee power reduction, convenient on paper. But unfortunately, it is only 18%, and it is strong melee power, not melee power in general, meaning only the last hit of the combo is going to have any reduction on it, and it doesn't affect melee EX skills. So, thank you. Arms. Special shot power boosted by 18% as a middle shooter, and 21% chance of attacks penetrating super armor. Jesta Cannon legs. Well, just like the other Jesta legs, it has a hand grenade, B plus D. Not feeling it. Much better options available for the legs. 4-tube multi-launcher, B plus D. Interesting. It is a physical shot, but you do get locked into an animation, and there's much better backpack shot EX skills available. And the beam rifle for the Jesta Cannon, which looks more like an SMG. With machine gun category equipped, special shot damage output boosted, and while long range, shooting damage output boosted. Both of them by flat numbers, so completely useless. Yarlant Custom, ahead. Energy Satellite. You can freely move while this is active. What the heck is this? B plus B minus, you generate an energy bit to provide automatic. Oh, so it's a pseudo funnel. No thank you. We all know how those work. Not well. Torso. While module category, buff EX skill up, while power attribute EX skill piercing boost. Personally don't think either of those are very useful. Your mileage may vary. Arms. Arm mounted mega particle cannon, B plus C power, 11 magazine. There's better alternatives on the arms, I think, for a magazine. At least there's better magazines in general. Block kick, raise your melee attack by 14%, A, B minus power. That's an animation lock, no thanks. Backpack. Vernier Up Alpha. Raise your speed by 20%, raise your Vernier capacity by 25. No thank you. There's just so much better available for the back. And actually, that's it. We've gone over all the new 3 stars. Thank God. Okay. So. That. Nothing left. New suits, new pilots, event content, event shop, event blueprints, alteration of the new stuff, and alteration of the new, or the 3-star stuff that got added to the limited. We're done and I can clock out. That was a nice 2-hour stream. Alright. Well. With that, guys, I'll wrap this up. This is probably going to be the last time you see this shirt until next Christmas/New Year season, so savor it. Anyways. Thanks for all your hard work this year. See you next year. Yeah, no, hey, you know what, guys? Thanks for, you know, really just watching and hanging out, you know, checking in with the streams and whatnot. It's fun, you know, seeing all these people hanging out, talking, things like that while the stream's going on. So it's been fun for me as well. So thank all of you guys too. Anyways, peace out. I really want to go to sleep. It's almost midnight. And I will see you guys all for the next discussion stream. That's, well, next news cycle. Peace out till then.